Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is season 3, episode 7. Well, things are about to happen. We got Eren at this underground place under the chapel. He's with Historia and Lord Reiss. They are gonna use him for something. We got a lot of backstory with the Reiss family and how they were killed, almost all of them, with the exception of Lord Reiss himself, by Eren's father, Grisha. Why did he do that? That's still a big question that we need, like some of the stuff that we need to get into at some point, and I'm sure we're going to. And in the present time, we have all these people coming to the rescue, sort of. And the Levi squad, together with Hange, they already arrived at the chapel, and they're getting ready to go in, where Kenny and his squad, they are sort of waiting for them. And then we also have Alvin and together with the scouts, the rest of the scouts, and maybe some of the other like military police and garrison as well. Like, at least, that whole coup happened, and they are coming to the rescue as well, or going to get Eren. So it's just, everything is about to just clash, it seems like. And I'm really looking forward to this episode, and of course all the episodes after that. But at least we had time today for one episode. So I'm gonna take the 7th one now, and then hopefully tomorrow we can watch episode 8. That's just in real time. For you guys, it's just going to be scheduled as normal. Anywho, is there anything you want to say before we start? Or did you just zone out completely?
I completely zoned out. I'm a bit tired. I'm very tired.
Yeah. We have to squeeze these reactions in whenever we can. And then sometimes it's just sort of late in the evening and right before going to bed almost. But still, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage. Let me try that again. Where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And here we go. Wish.
おかしな話に聞こえるだろうが、フリーダはまだ死んでいないんだ。フリーダの記憶はまだ生きている。
Yeah, well, in Eren.
お前は姉さんに会いたいか?
He's gonna inject her.
いいか、Eren.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, she's gonna
turn into a Titan, and she's supposed to then eat Eren. Okay, yeah, that was one of the questions I had. She doesn't have Titan powers. How can she eat him? But now, fuck. Boom. No? Yes. This is gonna get ugly. Oop. Ah, nice.
Yeah.
But Levi will. 35. Fuck.
You can do this.
同じ方向を向いていることにある。
They have a serious fucking weak point.
Yeah.
Damn, Sean. You fucking did it.
Yeah.
And Connie as well.
Yeah. Damn. Right above the chest plate.
Good shot.
I love that she's still using bow and arrow.
Yeah. She's fucking good at it.
Mm-hmm.
何よりも弱点は2発撃たせてしまえば次の装填まで時間がかかること。
Oh, it's because
Good fucking luck. Shit.
We still need Kenny.
Yeah, where the fuck is Kenny? Look behind you.
Surprise! Yep.
There he is.
Yep.
Fucking yeah.
Told you. He was.
Ooh. Come on. Ooh. What? Oh, he fucking got him.
Yeah. But not.
Yeah, not
really.
all like he's not dead or anything.
It was planned.
Hange. Hange. Fuck. No. No. No.
もう邪魔すんなよ、ドチビ。
Yeah, ouch. Okay, yeah. That's a big place, this underground whatever they're calling it. Spinal fluid.
何よエレン、そんなに睨んで。
彼は自分の運命を悟ったのだよ。彼に奪われた力はあるべき場所へ帰るだ。
He hasn't even told her what she's gonna do yet. What he wants her to do.
この洞窟は今から約100年前、ある巨人の力で作られた。あの三重の壁もその巨人の力だ。そしてその巨人の力は人々の心にまで影響を与え、記憶を改ざんした。フリーダが持っていたものは巨人の力だけではない。この世界の成り立ちとその経緯のすべてを知っていたのだ。
Okay. Who did she eat?
彼女の叔父にあたる私の弟を食べた時からだ。フリーダは始祖の巨人の力と世界の記憶を継承した。要はフリーダが巨人の力を使えれば何も問題はなかったのだ。彼の父親が奪ったりすることがなければ。しかしその力はレイス王家の血を引くものでないと真の力が発揮されない。
おいおいおいおいおいおい。それじゃレイス家がエレンを食わなきゃ真の王にはなれねえんだ。
Yeah, right?
じゃあ俺が巨人になってエレンを食っても意味ねえのかよ。
You what?
この継承の儀式の瞬間だけは嘘をつかねえはずだと思ったからこの日を待った。俺の気持ちに気づいておきながら散々利用してくれたもんだな。
That's his dream?
父を離せ。
もう分かっただろ。この親父はおめえを化け物に変えてエレンを食わせようとしてんだとよ。
Yeah.
それが私の使命でしょ。
Okay, fuck, she just took to that real quick.
そう。私はエレンを食って姉さんを取り返す。
Historia?
この親父がおめえにした仕打ちを忘れたのか。おまけに自分が巨人になりたくねえから弟や娘になすりつけるようなクズ。
私が巨人になるわけにはいかないんだ。他のものを信用してはいけな
Why
い。
mustn't you become a titan yourself?
他の生きがいを探して長生きしろ。
He's not going anywhere.
それじゃつまんねえんだよ。
What is he gonna do though? What, Kenny, what are you gonna do?
巨人になればいい。
Oh!
お互いが巨人になって殺し合う。ヒストリアが勝てば平和が訪れる。エレンに負ければ状況は変わる。
What the
この中だなら強力な巨人になれる。こうと言っても正確には背骨を噛み砕き脊髄液を体内に入れればよいのだ。
You must what?
急げヒストリア。
The fuck?
いらなかったんだよ。親父が5年前にここでこんなことをしなければ、お前の姉ちゃんが全て何とかしてくれるはずだったんだろう。親父が巨人の力をあるべきところから盗んだせいで、
That's we don't.
どれだけ人が死んだ。
It's like only half truths that you've been given.
I get why he's thinking this way, but you don't have your father's side of the story.
俺はいらなかったんだ。俺を食って人類を救ってくれ。あとは任せた。
What are you gonna do, Historia? Shit.
どうしたヒストリア。怖いか。中の液を体内に押し込むだけでいいんだぞ。
お父さん、どうしてレイスケは100年もの間。
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Start
Asking the right questions.
Yeah.
世界の記憶を見た者にしか。私もかつて弟と共に人類を巨人から解放することを願い、しかしそれが叶うことはなかった。
Oh, those eyes.
それを何と呼ぶかわかるか。
What?
A god?
神だ。
Yeah. Okay.
我々はそれを神と呼ぶ。私の使命は神をこの世界に呼び戻し、祈りを捧げることにある。
What the fuck kind of explanation is that?
お前、胸張って生きろよ。
Yes. Come on. Oh!
Way to go.
Oh!
Damn.
何が神だ。都合のいい逃げ道作って都合よく人を先導して。
Boom.
Free Eren. Yes.
いいぞおめえら。
And he's just enjoying this. What the fuck? Oh no no no.
うるさいバカ。泣き虫。
Way to go.
エレンをここから逃がす。そんで全部ぶっ壊してやる。
Whoa! Burn it all down. Fuck. Oh no. Wasn't it supposed to be injected? He just... You got to be kidding me.
Well, you did. You call it.
Yeah, we knew that already when we sat down today and was like, yeah, we're gonna watch just one episode. But that one is gonna end with a cliffhanger for sure, and we're gonna regret it, but at least we can, as I said in the intro, like we can just continue tomorrow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. But that was season 3, episode 7. Wish. Again, a lot happened. We got some more explanations about the why and the how and with the Reiss family, but it's all from like one person. We're only hearing one side of things here. I'm sure like there's still a lot of it that's true, I'm sure, and with their family and the founder Titan or founding Titan and the powers there, but yeah, there's still way more to it. Historia in the end there asked some good questions, as we said, with like, why didn't you end it beforehand, and what the fuck do you even mean with waiting for a god? And yeah, more stuff to come, that's for sure. But it's like, yeah, we got this one side of the story now, but we still need more for ourselves to like kind of piece it together. I'm sure we can theorize just from what happened in this one, but we might still be like way off target. But let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
Because we got some action straight up. It just picked up from where we left off. They're heading down there into the underground there under the chapel. We didn't hear them plan like what they were going to do, like either side specifically, but we knew that of course they're not just gonna just barge in there with no plan whatsoever. and they didn't. They used a lot of their like some equipment, like these like the oil and bombs and the flares, and to create all of this smoke.
Screen, yeah.
Exactly, all of this confusion down there, and then kind of get a grasp of like what's going on and how many are there. And Levi, he swung around and he counted them and said there was like 35 people exactly. And then they started to kind of just take them out one after the other, and they all did it. Like they've all killed now.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
every single one of them have killed, not just Titans, but also just straight up humans at this point, which is that's tough, man. We saw how Armin reacted to it, and how Sean couldn't at first when they were stood like on the wagon there, how he couldn't shoot that one person. But now
he certainly got over it and took one out. Yeah.
Yes, and I would even venture and say like I've never killed anyone, and I really hope I'm never ever going to find myself in a situation where I'm gonna be forced to do anything like that or hurt anyone. But killing someone at a distance with a gun, and then killing someone up close with a sword or a knife, I think there's a difference there.
Yeah, especially like, and I know this sounds weird, but I'm a bit of a sensi. I'm highly or overly sensitive towards like sensory stimuli, and if you shoot someone from far away, you can't really feel them, so it's kind of you can much more easily distance yourself.
Yeah.
But when you're up close, you can even like you should be able to feel the way that the knife or the sword or blade, the blade, how that cuts into something, and that's a human being, and you can see them, you can watch them much more easily in their eyes. And I can't remember which movie it is, but like there's a villain.
It's the Joker in The Dark Knight. He likes to kill people up close.
Because then they are going to reveal who they are in that their final moment. Yeah. Where all the small emotions slip out, and all they actually
emotions. Yeah.
And they basically give themselves away. So for psycho killers, it's definitely fun, but for
anyone else,
anyone else who has a very hard time killing people, it I think is absolutely crazy, disgusting. Yeah, just it must be feeling really wrong in all the wrong ways.
Yeah, it's and especially like if you haven't done it before, but they're in a situation here where it's like they simply just have to to do this to sort of like save the world, or at least that's what they believe. What they're doing is right and it's righteous, and they are fighting bad people.
Yeah, and there are psychological ways that you can definitely help yourself feel less bad about it.
Yes,
but we talked about this with the whole you can just whole
dehumanize yourself, and when people go into war and others, exactly. So there's an element of that as well. But they were doing really well, taking out a lot of these people. And we learned about some of the weaknesses with this ODM gear. They certainly have like blind spots, and they can only fire off like 2 shots at a time before they have to reload. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Kenny's people there, they also had a plan to retreat at a certain point, and it happened like just after. Well, Levi kind of got Kenny a little bit, didn't get him as much as I thought. It looked almost fatal when it happened, but it wasn't. Something just a scratch, yeah. Something that did look almost fatal as well, though, was what happened to Hange. I'm sure they're gonna be fine, gonna survive, but yeah, that did not look good, because Hange got shot in like the shoulder or something around here, and then kind of just smashed into one of the ice pillars slumped to the ground, and you could see like the blood there, and then we didn't really see anything after that, like them going to check up on.
Possible. I honestly just think that it's like a major like knockout, but I don't think that.
And not anything bad or fatal or anything.
No,
like Hange's just knocked out for now. Yeah, most likely.
The blood you saw was from the wound.
Yeah. I know. It's just, flying full force into a solid wall object like that. Something might have happened internally, but still, Hange's gonna survive. They are now not trapped, but they're gonna have to like advance in some way and get past Kenny's team again, and they put up like a big net or something.
Yeah.
And then we get to the next room and what's going on with Eren and Reiss, Historia, and Kenny. He kind of just went all fuck it mode as well.
Yeah.
Where he straight up went up to Lord Reiss and lifted him off the ground and just started threatening him. And it seemed like it was because, Kenny, he wanted something. He had some sort of dream, sort of goal.
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted, the way that I understood it, that he wanted Eren's power.
Yeah, he wanted the power of the Titans.
Yeah.
And here he found out, or at least that's, again, what Lord Reiss said, that you can't do that, or you can't control that power. You can't use it unless you have the Reiss blood, the royal blood running through your veins. So Kenny just decided to, as I said, just go full on rogue, full on fuck it mode, and he wanted to free Eren and be like, well, let's just, here we go, chaos. Let's see who comes out on top here. And then Eren, he didn't transform. He didn't want to transform because he really took it to heart what Reiss said and what he also saw from the past. I think it's more that, what he saw, those memories, and both. What his father did.
I also think that what he heard from Lord Reiss was that he heard all the like, hey, we want to change the world kind of deal, and like we have this power and this ability
to wipe out the Titans and save humanity, which is something that Eren has been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah, and he felt like it was not his place to have this power.
Yeah.
And it was something that belonged to the Reiss. But then, as you pointed out earlier, Historia was like, you had all this power all this time.
Yeah.
This whole bloodline has had that power.
For 100 years.
For 100 years at least. And you chose to do nothing about it? Like, you chose to do, absolutely nothing. And then he also, I think Lord Reiss also kind of gave it away afterwards when he was like, yeah, but imagine that you can become this omnipotent being. Like, he has a god complex. He wants to control the world. He wants to, or maybe not necessarily him, because he was like, he wanted Historia to get the power and everything.
He didn't want to risk anything himself in that way. Yeah.
No, exactly. But perhaps there's like this, I don't know if it's like a eugenic, but I kind of parallel a little bit with like eugenics, where it's like he wanted to have like pure blood, and like, he didn't want to be like tainted. He wanted to be like a pure human being, and then just use other people to become Titans.
His fucking family.
Like, because there's definitely a reason why he didn't want to become a Titan himself, and whether that's because of something like there's like a prestige thing, I don't know. If if it's like a risk thing that he didn't want to risk anything, or I don't know exactly what it is, but there's definitely something up with why he didn't. But then when Historia kind of destroyed the
syringe,
he then licked it up, and he kind of like got over that part. And he saw that was the last opportunity. But back to the god complex.
Yeah.
I think he basically gave it away with talking about being a god, where he was just like he wants, like, or at least want to control the person who's a god, basically, and want to basically just feed them directions to their ear by whatever.
Yeah, sort of sounded like that. It was quite, I'm gonna need to like listen to it again or read it again. What he was saying, it was a little bit cryptic, and with the whole God thing,
I thought it was pretty clear.
Yeah, all right. We just watched that part again with Lord Reiss kind of explaining, after Historia asked the question about why didn't you do anything with that power? Why didn't you save humanity for those 100 years? And yeah, just like you said, full-on God complex where he doesn't necessarily want to become a god himself, or this omnipotent Titan being who like knows what happened in the past and all of that, but he understood what his father wanted, why his father did what he did, and with sort of keeping this in the family and using it to govern everyone else, and why that was necessary, or why they thought that was necessary, to have some sort of godlike being that can, like, other people can, they can pray to and whatnot. And it's just, to me at least, it's crazy talk, like I know it made sense what he said, but it's just, or I understood what he said, but what he means by it, and his reasoning, the whole reason, like the Reiss family, their reasoning for holding on to this power and not doing anything to sort of liberate humanity, that's just crazy to me.
He did also mention that the first King Reiss, back in the day, he wanted people to be governed
by Titans. Yes, and he didn't understood what that meant back, like, at first.
Yeah, and I think that's where the gift of the Reiss family comes in, because apparently it's only in the Reiss family it's only that bloodline where if you have that power, you have like you know everything that went on during the history.
Yeah.
So even though Eren got it now,
he can't.
He's not a Reiss, so he cannot possess that power. He doesn't know the full story.
No.
Something tells me that Grisha actually might have known what was going on, and maybe that's like he wrote down the history.
It's in the basement,
and put it in the basement somehow. And like that's just like it's just a
theory.
A theory.
Yeah.
Could easily be wrong. But like it just seems crazy to me that like there's only one person that possesses the potential to actually know what went on all the way back. And also, like, why would you create Titans to lead people, or guide people, or the only thing that I can think is just like they want to contain people.
Yeah.
They want to control people.
And that's probably what the father meant, and what Reiss means by it now is use the Titans to contain people, and then use this godlike Titan to actually govern those contained people. And by that, like, you've made a foundation for how you want the world to be. And that's what they did, and that's what they've done for 100 years.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Crazy. And I get, again, why Eren is reacting the way that he is, because he's always wanted to do something about the state of the world. And just from those memory flashes that he got, and what he saw with what his father did, and what Reiss then said here, I understand why it hit him so hard, because he went straight to blaming himself, which is also something he does once in a while. And he saw himself that, oh shit, me, myself, and my father, and like we stood in the way of what I ultimately want for the world. I'm the bad guy here. Like, at least that's how that's his reasoning inside of his head. Like, I'm standing in the way of what I want the most. So fucking eat me.
But he's not asking the right questions.
No, he's not always the deepest of thinkers, Eren. He acts, and he has a lot of passion, and the intense yelling, not to forget. But yeah, he's not asking a lot of questions right now, other than why would my father do this?
Yeah, and there's obviously a reason, but he really, and I think also the way that Reiss was kind of wording himself, I think it was like pure manipulative tactics to only point out, oh, this is the good purpose and everything. But Historia was like, but I don't. She didn't feel like that was right to do. Like, if you have the power to control Titans, if you have the power to basically like free humanity, then why won't you? But again,
yeah, what would that look like? How would you do that, like specifically? Or I get the power to control Titans. It would seem like you can just then control the Titans and tell them to fuck off, and then the humans can get outside the walls again and re-inhabit the world. But is it that simple? What does that mean? Like, there's still so much. We say this all the time, but there's so much we do not know about it, and so many like sides of the story that we don't have.
We still like the whole faction, like with the Rainer and Bertolt and
who are they? What are they doing? Who is the monkey? Who's this guy inside of the monkey that we saw?
What's the goal?
I'm starting to think like maybe they aren't the enemy at all. Like we've been thinking for so long, and there's not anything really straight up sinister going on with them, or maybe like there certainly is. But it's, when I say that, it's just what I mean by it is they're not out to, even though Rainer said it like straight up, like we attacked humanity and we wanted to wipe out humanity and stuff, but is that just something he's been taught? Like, what I'm thinking just right now is whatever you want to call the faction where Rainer and Bertolt are from, and Annie and so on, that they are actively working against the Reiss family.
Yeah.
And their rule and what they have been doing for 100 years. And that's what they want to knock down. That's the humanity they want to destroy, and not, necessarily they want to like destroy every human in that sense. But it's still like, yeah, we need a lot from those guys as well, and to get some information about who they really are and how that all started and what their goals are, and who's sort of in charge of them, or if there is anyone in charge, and how that might be linked to Grisha and what Grisha did in the past and why he did what he did to Eren. Yeah.
But the Titans in the wall, one of the last things that one of the only things that Pastor Nick wanted to convey to them was that under no circumstance was that Titan in the wall allowed to get sunlight.
Yes.
And then I'm starting to think, because they were under influence of the Reiss family, right? So the people who are like the church.
Mm-hmm.
They're worshipping the walls that are made of Titans, but they said, don't let the sun hit them. And I can't figure out, so the Titans in the walls, let's say that the sun hits them and they become alive. Whose side are they on?
I don't know. Or, are they just straight up, just eat any human that they see, kind of like the Titans we've seen the most of up until this point, like
don't think
sort of mindless in a way. But
because that was also a tidbit we got in this one.
Yeah, with the founder Titan.
Yeah, exactly. And how that was able to, first off, make the whole
underground cave there. Yeah. Which looks more like crystal ice, like what we've seen before with Annie.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, I do also believe that he said that they made the walls.
Yeah. But then, like, we didn't get any more specifics other than that, because it's like, okay, yeah, they made the walls, but why did they make the walls this way? Why are there straight up Titans inside of the walls? Does that mean that this cave is also, are there Titans inside of the pillars? Like, what is You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just why make it that way? Like we still need some. Like I at least I don't have enough information to theorize
but
about it.
it's
You're more than welcome if you have
it's
any.
no, it's just that we just got that information.
Yeah.
So if that was like a founding titan, like one of who was or at least in some sort of alliance, if not a Reiss.
I believe like the founder titan or founding titan and the one like the that power and the power to control people, like all of those has been in the Reiss family line and has been passed down. So at one point Frida had those powers as well to do that. So they've been using like the same powers as a titan to both put up the walls and control people is what I got from it, at least.
Yeah, and then but if it's the Reiss who erected the walls.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But if they made the walls, then of course they would not be very happy if people were tearing them down. And then the other faction, like I'm trying to figure out where those titans, whose side they would be on, if they would be on any side. It's not like it's not something I need answers to or anything. I'm just
thinking out loud.
Yeah, also because why would they give us a tidbit if it wasn't something that's...
Yeah, I'm sure it's important, but it's one of those things, and I think they've done that a lot throughout the series, is give us a piece of information that we have no idea where to place or how to place it, and we lack a lot of information besides just that one tidbit, and then later on something will happen that will make us go like, oh, we already got, okay, now that makes sense. But just where we are right now with that, at least for me, it's making my head spin, and I have I don't know the answers, and I can't theorize in that way to come up with anything that makes sense. Try to, but it's just it's getting to be a lot right now with trying to make sense of it all. But it's looking very much like something we talked about early on, actually, with what if this whole thing is not, humans versus titans, but actually humans versus humans and different factions and working against each other and like vying for control. And it's it's certainly starting to look more and more like that is the case.
Yes.
But holy fuck. Cannot wait to watch the next one. I just have one question. I don't expect an answer. I'm just asking it out loud. How did Lord Reiss turn into a titan in the end without an actual injection and just, by licking the spinal fluid, liquid, whatever?
Apparently that was enough.
And maybe there is something other than just him not wanting to become a titan. Like another reason as to why he said that I should not become a titan. Like what's going to happen now that he is actually turning into a titan, and what's going to happen to the rest of it? Yeah, questions. Cannot wait to see what happens next. Do you have anything you want to add to this one?
Yeah. I think it's nice that they have a little tell on, because we saw how it kind of shifted in the eyes, so that the power of
the
knowing,
titan.
just like the power of knowing the history and everything. That was like from when it passed from the father
to the brother
and then to Frida.
Yeah.
Then you could see it in their eyes. They had special eyes when they got that power, and I think that I think it's a nice way to just at least for like a visual representation of like, so you can see that it actually goes from person to person.
Yeah, you can see it changed them somehow, or there is something special about them by looking at their eyes. They look different, so yeah.
So we can look out for that in the future if someone has
eyes
like that.
I guess, yeah, if someone new is gonna pop up, that's just throwing too many things into this story right now, almost. Like, oh, my head hurts. My head fucking hurts from all of this. That's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 7. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.